The monetary system is probably the most sophisticated system of control yet devised. Within the monetary system, the slaves are allowed to buy their own gilded cages, with their own money of course. So the slave is happy, he or she feels free, distracted from the deception and theft done the world over, because they've been allowed to indebt themselves to buy their own distractions. The 50-inch plasma screen, with Rupert Murdoch endorsed crap, the latest gaming computer, or possibly a shiny new sports car. Now there is nothing wrong with wanting a good computer, or a nice telly, or even the sports car, but the fact that they are being reduced to slaves by the money they use to buy these things completely passes them by. The debt that follows seems insignificant, because they after all had the choice to buy these things. The fact that they were bombarded by advertising and propaganda from the manufacturers using a plethora of highly sophisticated marketing techniques designed to make us feel like we simply aren't good enough if we don't have these things is irrelevant. And to a degree this is a fair point. We the people do have a choice not to buy the mountains of crap produced every year. Take the fashion industry. Never has there been a more obvious and a more stupid business model, but it works because it plays to one of our greatest vices, vanity, and relies on one of our greatest weaknesses, insecurity. The fashion industry actually has us convinced that it alone knows not only when things should be worn, but when things should be disregarded in favour of the next wave of their stuff they want to sell us. And the reason it knows this? It invents it. It simply decrees by fiat that it is so, and everyone else is complicit to this mandate, and goes out and wastes thousands upon thousands upon thousands of pounds on clothes they can only wear for a few weeks before they are out of fashion, and you have to go back and buy more. The fashion industry has women convinced that £3,000 is actually a fair price for a Gucci handbag, and men convinced that Calvin Klein underpants are worth £400. This is insane. These products by and large are no better than those of Asda or any cheap clothing outlet. Yet somehow we have convinced ourselves that this crap is actually going to say something about who we are and our status in life. Tell the legions of devout followers that their £1,500 they have just spent on designer jeans, for instance, could be better spent on installing solar panels on their roof to reduce their utility bills, and they will look at you like you're crazy. Tell the woman that is carrying that almost useless tiny handbag around with her that if she'd gone to Millets and bought a rucksack for no more than £20, she might actually be able to fit something in it bigger than a tampon, and she will look at you like you have lost your mind. And that is because the fashion industry has managed to fool millions and millions of willing participants that price and function are irrelevant. The only thing that matters is branding. So these people will spend and spend and spend, constantly cranking up the credit card debts, simply to conform to the mandate of a few through the viral memes implemented by advertising, all in the name of social acceptance or social status. They are monetary vampires, and we in general are just about dumb enough to go along with this. If it wasn't so tragic, it would be a brilliant example of a social experiment that ultimately proves an analogue of Poe's law. Never underestimate the extent of human denial, human gullibility, and human ignorance. As it says in Fight Club,
Look around, I see a lot of new faces. Shut up! Which means a lot of you have been breaking the first 2 rules of Fight Club. Man, I see in Fight Club the strongest and smartest men who've ever lived. I see all this potential, and I see it squandered. God damn it, an entire generation pumping gas, waiting tables, slaves with white collars. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate so we can buy shit we don't need. We're the middle children of history, man. No purpose or place. We have no great war, no great depression. Our great war is a spiritual war. Our great depression is our lives. We've all been raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars, but we won't. We're slowly learning that fact. And we're very, very pissed off. Yeah.